Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 44. It is just a solo episode with myself and Denny today. I'm accompanied though by a lovely white monster. So, what have you got?
I've got a lime Diet Coke because I don't need any more caffeine today.
I do. I do. Feeling slightly like under the weather. I was like, I haven't had my daily white nectar yet, so I thought I'd get it in.
Have you seen the potential new monster that's coming out?
Is that the passion fruit one?
Yeah, I think it's in the
Yeah.
States already. So probably about 2 years' time we might see it in the UK.
Literally.
I think
My
it'll be.
my shop has just started to buy the American ones.
Yeah,
So they've got the blue Hawaiian and the what is guava and something.
yeah, it's like the turquoisey colour one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Not a massive fan of the guava one, but the blue Hawaiian's quite nice. It's like a sweeter pineapple one compared to the gold one.
yeah, they're also like £3.50 for a can.
Yeah, they are. They're £2.99. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'll stick
ridiculous.
to white for
The
now.
shop down the road from Bungalows, I think they do it as well.
Yeah.
I walked in now, I was like, hmm. Then looked down, I was like, I'm not spending like almost £4 on a can of
One of
Monster.
'em- that's to be fair, mate. I probably would not have.
I
I
mean,
went to
I have done like when I've ordered them online when it was new, but I've had them before. Like I don't really want to be putting £4 on a sparkling bit of liquid. It's not
Are
a bit
you
of me.
you call that bad? I went to so last weekend when I went to see Wilkinson at Ali Pali. Uh, I was like, "Oh, I probably need a little bit of a monster because I was sober raving. I was like, I'm gonna drive home. Not probably gonna be home till like 1 a.m.
Yeah,
And it got to about 4:30, and I was like, when I'm off this train, I'm gonna go buy a monster. So I went into WH Smith's at Stratford, paid for it, walked out. £4.50, bro, for a white monster. I was like,
that's
what? I was like, how was that even justified?
that's
Um,
daylight robbery.
but
That
yeah,
is daylight robbery.
it was worth it though. I took one sip and I was like, everything's okay. It's like when you're in a bad mood and then you get a bicep pump, right? You're like, everything's
Yeah,
good now.
yeah.
Everything's good.
All the problems of the world have dissolved, and I've got a
Yeah,
pump.
got a pump. That's it. That's it.
That's all
Anyway,
that.
mate, how's things with you? First of all,
All good.
all good.
All good. Yeah, me and Max have spoke about some things, but yeah, some changes. If you follow me on socials, you would probably have seen some. I wouldn't even call them hints at this point. It's just kind of blindly obvious. I am doing my own thing with coaching, so a little bit of a rebrand. Anyone that's previously followed me from like 2+ years ago, it's basically a rebrand of my own personal brand coaching, Ascension Coaching. So it will all be announced formally over the weekend. So if you are interested, if I get the links ready, Max can put them in the the old YouTube because there'll be a
Yeah,
branding.
make sure you drop
So,
them across because I'll
yeah, I don't know whether the old one's in there, so maybe remove that one.
oh yeah I'll go through every podcast and just slash
Just
through it.
delete, delete,
I know
delete.
I'll put a bracket. Don't apply.
Yeah, new link, apply here. So yeah, my own little venture. So if you are interested, please do help a brother out. I'm just gonna plug that literally every 10 minutes in the episode now, just like
Link buy for coaching.
a big flash across the screen. So link in bio.
Yeah,
But yeah, like doing my own thing, a few changes to personal circumstances, but that's life at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm excited. I can kind of grab it by the horns, and it's a sink or swim kind of situation. So I will swim. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, keep an eye out for that over the weekend. So likely Sunday. You'll I don't know when this is going to get uploaded. Probably Saturday,
probably
Sunday.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
People will have the inclusive.
there we go. So you will be able to be in first. Can't imagine that many people are going to be interested, to be honest, that listen to the podcast. Everyone seems to be all coached up anyway. So, yeah, that will be Sunday and it will be the new adventure.
It's exciting, mate. Like you can run things in your own way,
Yeah,
your own systems. Like it is exciting in a way. Like I always say, when one door closes, another opens, and it's an
yeah,
opportunity as well for you to have your own brand, your own take on things. I know that things weren't like ideal in some scenarios, right? Like
yeah,
that obviously when you're working with someone, you've both got two minds on how you'd like to coach, how
Yeah.
you'd like to approach coaching as well. And you can do things off your bat now and run things the way that you want to run things. And I think in the long run, it's going to work out really, really well for you. And you're a great coach, good guy. Like I know you're a very, very smart guy, smart individual, knowledgeable. You'll be able to take people very, very far. So I'm excited to see how far your coaching can go.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's an invited challenge. Like it's one of those things that I've wanted to do anyway. So it's just kind of doing what I was doing 2 years ago with the wealth of knowledge that I now have. So the benefit of it is like I've been full-time coaching for over 2 years, so I can take that with me now and expand a little bit and do things like you said, how I want to do them.
No cold DMs, bro.
No. Yeah, watch
Yeah.
out. Anyone
Anyway,
that
to be
likes
fair
this
though,
post, I'm gonna DM.
to be fair though, like this time of year, like I've found that I've had 8 consult calls in the past maybe 10 days.
Nice.
And to be honest, a lot of them have been, oh, I'll start next month or I'll start in January, which is always the case at this kind of time
Yeah.
of year. And I put a little story on this morning because I came off the bat one a couple of days ago and I wanted to make a story about it the next day, but I was like, maybe a bit too fresh.
Yeah. Literally,
But
as soon as
really,
you come off, post it.
yeah, post. Why? um, but no, it's funny people's thought processes, right? When like I completely understand this month being or November, December being fairly expensive months, and people have financial commitments towards Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of them actually it wasn't a financial kind of hindrance that was stopping them. It was just a case
That's
of oh,
socials, time.
so yeah. And I literally think to myself, I'm like, and I say this on a call as well. I'm like, mate, it realistically, if you start up in January, because you're going to hit the fuck it button over the next like 6 weeks,
Yeah.
we're just going to be reversing all the damage that you've done
Yeah.
rather than being like accountable throughout this phase now.
Yeah. It's not just that. Like, there's been times when I've had conversations with people, whether it's like over the January period, New Year, or summer. They're like, "Oh, I'll wait until X, Y, Z." It's like use the January as an example, and they're using Christmas, New Year as a reason not to sign up. Next year, you're going to have Christmas and New Year. Are you just not
Yeah.
going to be coached in that time? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Obviously, it kind of does from their perspective when they're like, "Oh, I'm going to wait," but life continues. There's always going to be holidays. There's always going to be birthdays, events. You're going to want to go away, and if you can't make it work whilst you've signed up, you probably shouldn't even sign up in the first place. Like, so yeah, it's a bit of a 50-50 one
It's
where
kind
they're
of
like,
human nature though, isn't it? It's always like diet has to start Monday, or I'm going to start this on Monday, or start this
yeah,
next week. And it's like, what? Why not just start now?
what, now?
Like,
Yeah, it hasn't got to
what?
be 100%. Like, let's say it was to overhaul your diet, and you're like, oh, start Monday. Start today. It doesn't have to be like oh, I'm gonna go out and just change everything. I don't know, just have a bit more protein in your diet or have a little bit of a meal plan. Like it doesn't have to be that 100%. And I think people get it a little bit twisted where they're like, ah, when I start, it has to be bang, 100%. For example, I'm sure if you have new people come on for your coaching, it's not 100% thing. There's a teething
Yeah,
process where they're
100%.
getting used to the process. It's not like, right, you're now bodybuilder, no missing. There's going to be a bit of back and forth. Their routine needs changing. You
I
need
don't
to
think
know
I've
their
ever,
routine.
yeah, I don't think I've ever signed up a client and it's been like 100% smooth sailing from the start, right?
Yeah,
Like it's been, look, you need to adapt to these processes. We also need to learn each other as well. And
yeah.
uh, you see a lot of posts. I'm going to go a little bit of a direction here, but you see a lot of posts and like people kind of a lot of lifestyle coaches slate bodybuilders,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I know what you're gonna say here.
because they're always like, oh, they're just too hardcore, they're too into it, and it's like, no, as a coach, the standards that you apply to every client is different because it's
Yep,
justified by their goals. If
yep,
you have, if I've got lifestyle guys on my team, I'm not saying to them, hey mate, why did you go out on Saturday night and have a dinner with your missus? I'm not.
yeah,
I don't even do that to my bodybuilders unless they're in prep, and I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
yeah.
Um,
And
but
exactly it. It's goal dependent.
yeah, it's so goal dependent. And I also think going back to the January thing, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's say you're busy every single weekend up until now. What about the other 6 days in the week?
Yeah,
Like, it just doesn't, for
yeah.
me,
Like,
it
if that is
doesn't
something
make
that you
sense.
can't change and your weekends are packed out, and you're social, you got to go travel to see the kids or whatever it is, just do Monday to Friday as the where you get your work done, like whatever work is to you in terms of like gym, meal prep, things like that. Maybe you have Saturday off, or you're not as on plan on Saturday. Across the week, across the year, you've done like 90% of the work,
Yeah.
and that works. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one where they're like, "Oh, I can't do this lifestyle. It has to be 100%." It's like it doesn't. Like, unless you want to be 100%, and that's you could argue that even bodybuilding, like, apart from when you're in prep, it's not 100%. Yes, it takes up a lot of your lifestyle, like what we do day to day, weighing out your meals, thinking about when you're going to get your steps done. Like that is a lot. But for example, if you was out tomorrow, that's not 100%,
Yeah.
and that's okay. And I think a
No.
lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't commit because I can't be 100%." No one's really 100% in my eyes, unless you're a professional bodybuilder.
Yeah. Yeah. And realistically, as amateurs, you don't have to be 100% all year round. And I can guarantee every single amateur is not 100% all year round. They
No.
all have an off-plan meal once a week.
Yeah.
So, everyone's. We're going to go back to this balance conversation now, but it is a term of like I've always said this, and I think I've said it in the podcast before, but I view balance as how much progress you're willing to sacrifice to keep you adherent and accountable to your goal,
Yeah.
right? And everyone's percentage of that progress that they want to sacrifice is different. So, for example, someone might only want one off plan meal a week, and that's fine, right? And that may be about 5%,
Yeah.
even if that is 5%. We're
Yeah.
using theoretical numbers here, but and some other people's is different, right? Some people might need a day off plan, but then it's a case of like you as a coach, okay, when you're having that day off plan,
Let's
here's
manage
how
it.
let's
Yeah.
manage it the best we possibly can,
Yeah.
and let's put systems in place so that day off plan is not setting you back a whole week because you've eaten 10,000 calories in one day, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is funny like the whole thought process. Oh, I'll start next year. I'll start on Monday or this. If you can't, I've always said this as well, but the time you need a coach the most is the time where you need accountability the most.
Yeah.
And through turmoil periods of time, through difficult situations, through busy periods, that's when you need the coach. And that's where it makes my job as well. I don't want to sound like I'm working harder, but technically you are because you're trying to manage things, right?
Yeah.
But when someone comes to me and they go, right, spot on week, mate, I've done everything, I've eaten all my meals, trained all the sessions, done all my steps, done all my cardio, I've literally done everything to a T. My usual response is, cool, mate, go do that again.
Yeah.
Obviously, that response is within a 8 to 9 minute loom, but
It has to be.
yeah, it has to be. I've never. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever recorded a loom under like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever. I see it on people's
They're like
when they
2 minutes
take
long.
it's like 2 minute loom, and I'm like,
Like, what have you said in that?
what have you? Hey mate, good week, bye mate. Like,
Didn't even look
so
at your photos. Just yeah, do the same again, mate.
yeah, like I feel like I need to within a loom. I always kind of I give it a shit sandwich. I like to call it positives of the week. What we've done well, what we need to improve on, finish off on some positives, and the way forward for the next week.
Yeah.
And I'll do that even if regardless if it's a like a stellar week in the book, but obviously that the shit in the middle of the sandwich is a lot
Yeah.
less, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe none. Um, but yeah, I feel like I've gone completely off
Yeah.
tangent for
I
the
don't know where we
first.
started there.
Yeah, I don't know where we started when it started. It was
Yeah.
gone through coaching, and then we just kind of you've got
Eight
to
minute
love it.
looms and 2 minute looms. But yeah, like going back to like feedback and things like that. When you've had a good week, sometimes there isn't a lot to say. And there's a big thing, I see it sometimes. Like, obviously, you kind of touched on it a little bit. Yes, you still need to give good feedback. And like you said, the positive and negative, what we can work on for next week. But if all you really need to say is crack on, then so be it. There's nothing wrong with that. And if the client doesn't like that and they're like, oh, why didn't you say much more? It's like, because it's working. The plan is working. Until it's not, then we can shift something. Because a lot of people are like, oh, why haven't you changed anything this week? It's like, because it doesn't need changing.
Yeah,
Like, but
I
if
100% agree. If
it's
you're
not
making
broken, don't fix
changes,
it.
that's not necessarily a good sign.
Yeah, because
Like,
it's usually because you're trying to rectify something or speed something up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like you want to keep, like obviously food changes are slightly different, right? Because you need
yeah,
to you need to be a little bit more intuitive with how things are going to go for the following week. And if
yeah,
I like to be very proactive rather than reactive, like if
yeah,
I look at the data and I'm like, okay, it's probably going to slow down. Yeah, you might have chipped off a little bit this week, but I'm going to pull
Yeah.
through to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But I think you're completely right. Like, if you're having to make changes on a frequent basis, something is wrong. That
Yeah.
highlights an issue, right?
Yeah.
Mainly as coaches, we're here to make sure you're accountable to your
Just
goals.
keeping you in your lane and like
Yeah,
not veering off either
yeah,
side.
yeah. Well, that was a
Yeah.
good little rant for 15
It was
minutes.
actually, I mean, the rest of this is going to be absolute nonsense now, but I think we
Yeah,
gave
we're
some
going to get some
banter.
stupid questions now, like, oh, are you going to go forward into your mum or back into your dad or something crap?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
One
Yeah.
thing I will touch on as well is people, we need to get the story shares up because we got quite a load of views on the last podcast with
Yeah. I think we
Mr.
got quite a good few followers from the actual reel itself as well.
Yeah, so
Uh,
if you're listening to the podcast right now, you're on your daily walk or you're doing your cardio or
Share that shit.
yeah, share it. Give us a tag on the stories. It's always appreciated, and obviously we want to grow the podcast as much as we can. We have
Yep.
got another exciting guest on next week. I do actually need to confirm it with him though, so I'll do that today. But all
I
I'm
think
going to say is if you're interested in competing with the UK DFBA, you'll want to listen to
Yep.
this podcast.
Oh,
So
that's what we can talk about. We can talk about some of the new changes in the UK DFB.
yes,
One
yeah.
that's
Well, I
benefited.
was going to save it.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
sorry,
no,
guys.
we can still discuss it. You want to talk about men's physique? Go on. Talk
Yeah.
about men's
So,
physique.
to my pleasing, I was quite happy when I read it. We now have front double. Is it front double and back double?
Shall I quickly?
Yeah, let's
I
actually.
know you've got freedom with your poses from the front and the back, so you don't have to do the one hand on hip. You can do either.
Yeah, so there's no more teacup, which is
Yeah,
good.
no more. Well, you can if you want to, but so you've
Yeah,
got your front pose of choice and you've got your quarter turns, and then the best one is the rear pose is hands off hips.
so
Thank
much better.
God.
So much better.
Do you know what? I've never seen a men's physique guy where one hand on hip looks better from the rear
It just doesn't
than
make.
both.
If you're like looking for symmetry in bodybuilding poses, why are you standing off to one side?
Yeah.
Especially
I'm,
when, like, I get it on a side shot because you're just showing one side. You can't show symmetry. Like, it's just not possible. But when it's front or back, why are you not trying to be symmetrical? Because
yeah,
that's what they're looking for. That's literally part
yeah,
of the judging criteria. And if
yeah.
you're standing
I
off to one
much
side,
prefer it. Much prefer it, and I'm really, really happy that they've done that. So
yeah.
if the WNBF could follow suit, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, to be fair. Like,
Yeah, it just looks so much better. Like, it, yeah, I never understood that
I
pose,
don't
and
think there's
every
any.
athlete I spoke to hated it.
Yeah, that's literally what I was going to say. I don't think anyone's going to go, oh my God, why can't we have one hand on hip? No
Yeah,
one's saying that. It's the other way around. So it's kind of one of those things. I'm surprised they haven't done it a little while ago. I'd be interested to know why it was maybe introduced or even just kept, if I'm assuming that feedback was fed back on a consistent basis, or whether it was just something that they overlooked or something. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And I haven't actually gone through a lot of the other changes,
the
but
classic division, they've added 2 kilos onto the cap,
yeah,
which again is brilliant. Which is like, I think I don't know how many people actually struggle to get into the UK FBA Classic Cap, but I know when I competed in the Open, there was only meant to be 14 middleweights, and they ended up being 17, and I think a couple of them failed the Classic Cap, and got moved into Open middleweights. So potentially, like for a few people that will really benefit.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm really really excited for the UK FBA shows next year. Like I've got
yeah,
already a few clients. Like we've already planned out mapped out the whole thing, and I'm like, I want to be there. Like I want to be there for all of them.
yeah.
So I'm going to make like, even if I haven't got clients in them, which I'm pretty sure I do have clients in all the UK FBA shows next year. Maybe not the Northern. Depending on where that is, though, I still might travel up and
How
give it
many
a watch.
potential competitors have you got next year?
Three at the moment who are certainly confirmed. There's a couple where it's like I'm an in about competing next year.
Yeah,
But yeah, three first timers as well, which I'm really excited for.
nice.
So yeah, and I've already got obviously guys coming on board for 2027.
Yeah,
Some other guys are prep this year or come on board thinking 2028. So, mate, I'm really excited. Like, I can't wait to, like, since this season's finished. Obviously, I had about a week where I was like, oh, it's nice, just chilling out. And then this past week, I've been like, right, where are the shows? You know, come on,
Let's go again.
yeah, let's go again. So, yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be another good year. I'm happy with how my boys are looking at the moment. Some of
Yeah.
them are just wrapped up a pre-prep, or some of them are just in the tail end of it. So yeah, again, it's just like going to be exciting
Yeah.
year for sure.
Your boy Zach's looking pretty wild at the minute.
The bubbly bud,
He's looking pretty
he's
good.
he's looking pretty good. Yeah, just need to sort out his posing.
Yeah.
A couple of tweaks there. I need to take him through the quarter turns. I might even outsource him as well to a posing coach, just so it
Yeah.
is 100% nailed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like him, I'm excited for. He'll be a first timer and a novice. We might play around with open. We will see.
Yeah.
Depends how many shows he wants to do, but I want him to do. I kind of want him to do a first timer show, but the way it's mapping out, it's probably going to be towards the back end of the year where there's no kind of first timer shows unless he does a PCA show, which is in the class of first timers bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But it depends. PCA haven't released their calendar yet for the Natty's. So yeah, that'd be exciting. And then got Finn as well, Finley Medler, who I feel like he's
Oh
going
yeah.
to he's going
Like,
to shake up a little bit of a storm next
yeah.
year.
Quads are ridiculous. Like, I think you posted it or he posted it. I was just like, what on earth are them quads?
Do you know what? Those photos don't even do his lower body
It's
justice.
mental.
It's ridiculous. Like he's probably got some of the most developed quads I've ever seen on a junior, or even developed lower body.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for him. He'll be a junior bodybuilder, and then got Mr. Willie B in men's physique going at the start of the year as well. So
Yeah.
that'll
Yeah.
be exciting, and that will be really nice as well because I've been coaching Will for like, I think I did his check-in last week, and it was like 240 something weeks,
Wow.
which is ridiculous. Like we're close to 5 years of total coaching, even though he left me and came back to me about 20 times. Um,
We won't talk about that one.
we won't talk about that, Will, if he's listening. He'll probably have a little giggle to himself as well about
Yeah.
that. But yeah, like that one's going to mean a lot because it's obviously such a long time, such a kind of a process. And when he first started, he was just a lifestyle guy, and then he's done photo shoots, and then it's like progressing to stage. So that's going to be really cool. Like it's going to be a really
Yeah.
cool journey for him. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one as well.
A nice little natural progression for him. I was actually speaking to him. What day is it today? Friday. It's when I train legs, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And we was talking about the hands off hip because I think that was before they announced it. And he was like, I'm really struggling with the one hand. I was like, well, you haven't got to do it now, so
Yeah.
that will benefit him. So yeah, I think he'll be a good one as well.
Yeah. So he's like a little bit of a minority in a way because he looks. I feel like his best front shots are when he puts both hands on hips. So you know,
Yeah.
like the kind of like the little bit of like a Ryan Terry-esque.
Yeah. Because I mean, he's got blocky abs, so he can stand front
Yeah,
on.
but he doesn't stand super front on with it. It's still to the side,
Yeah.
but it just complements his shape really, really nicely. So
Yeah.
again, like that, having that front shot of your choice is going to be really beneficial because he
Yeah.
can then
You can play around with
pose
it.
that way
Yeah.
rather than have to do the one hand off. So
Definitely.
yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah, is
What
there
about
anything?
a little update on you? Any exciting things?
Same shit, different week.
Different week?
Like I said, a little bit rundown. I felt a little bit rough Wednesday morning. Then went and trained lower. Had a really, really good lower session, and then woke up yesterday absolutely buckled. And I
Just
was like,
what
oh, maybe I need a deload. And then actually, as the day progressed, I just realised that I was getting sick. So I think actually putting it in perspective, I probably do need a deload, and I'll be calling that potentially next week. Obviously, I'll run it through AJ first, make sure he's happy with me doing it. But
Yep.
in my eyes, it makes sense for two factors. One, when I came out of prep, I had 2 days off, and those were the 2 days over the shows. So I literally got off stage, had Dylan compete in the same day, drove up to Scotland, watched Tom and Owen compete, drove back that night.
Time off, is it?
Yeah, drove back that night, had like 4 hours sleep that night as well. So in those 2 days, I had like a combined probably sleep time of like 8 hours. And then obviously got back in the gym and got straight cracking with the new split, which was more frequency, more volume, and probably just didn't have much time off, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's one factor, and also I'm going to Berlin over New Year's for 4 days, and I kind of want to tally that in with a deload. I always kind of like a bit of a, if I'm doing a city break, I'll just take 4 days off and just enjoy the holiday. So yeah, that'll kind of refresh me nicely to then push on to the new year, which will be 6-7 weeks, which will probably work out quite well in terms of taking another deload. I don't know about you as well. When you take deloads, I never find that my training performance ever really gets affected by like fatigue accumulation. I always find that it's things outside the gym that get affected a lot more.
Yeah.
Like my joints start to hurt, my sleep, like not necessarily like I struggle to fall asleep, but I actually struggle to get out of bed. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have to peel myself out of the bed in the morning.
Yeah.
And also just general kind of concentration and just being able to focus like that just takes a little bit of a dip.
I notice in the gym specifically, which is not often, but like that kind of oomph, like preset or like getting ready for certain lifts, like just feels a bit sluggish. That's what I notice in the gym. But yeah, like outside the gym is like sleep, kind of not really feeling it. Joints, I mean,
Yeah.
my joints are pretty screaming at me at the minute. In fact, talking about that, I've got the worst edema on my shin. Like
Really?
I took a knock.
Football.
Yeah, I took a knock and I had to limp off the pitch.
Oh,
And
mate.
I wore sort of high-ish socks today, and it looks like the circulation's just been cut off my left leg. I've just put my 2 feet together, my two shins together, and it's like that on one of my
Really?
shins. Oh, it's
Oh my
rough.
God.
I just took a shin to my shin, and it's pretty rough. So yeah,
It's all right. You're men's physique though, bro. You don't need legs.
exactly. It don't matter. I mean, I'm pretty much all just shin bone front and back anyway. So yeah, and
Brutal.
then the ref was like, "That's why you should wear shin pads." I thought, "Yeah, cheers, mate."
Yeah, Sal, mate. Thanks for that. I'm probably still not going to wear shin pads next
Nope,
week though.
definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely
brutal.
not.
Absolutely brutal. But yeah, that's kind of where I am. 7 weeks post show, still holding around that kind of 10 to 12 pounds above stage weight, which is nice. I've been holding that now for 4 weeks, maybe
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks. So I don't know when we're going to start to look to push things up a little bit. My scale weight's still very, I don't want to say sensitive, but it kind of is. Like it's hard to predict, if that makes sense. You know when sometimes you can kind of know what
Yeah.
your scale weight's going to be the next day. I struggle to predict it at the moment because it's like anything can make it shoot up or
Is
shoot
your
down. Like for
is your
example, I train
split rolling?
legs.
Is your split a rolling split, or is
Yeah,
it dedicated days?
rolling split.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I mean
it's
that won't help with the predictability of it, will it?
yeah. But then, for example, like when you train legs, I always increase a little bit, right,
Yeah.
through information. Train legs on Wednesday. Yesterday I dropped 2 pounds. So the day after I dropped 2 pounds. And so things like that, I'm like, And then I have a little bit of an off-plan meal. It'll shoot up like quite a bit and then kind of stay there and then shoot back down again. It's like, yeah, it's a little bit unpredictable at the moment, but hopefully over the next like few weeks it'll just kind of stabilize and I'll
Yeah.
probably get blood work done towards the end of this month as well.
Yeah. I mean, sounds like your scale weight is predictably unpredictable,
Yeah,
or
that's it.
unpredictably predictable.
Yeah, that's it. It's like some days I can be really hungry and I'm like, okay, like I'm probably gonna be lighter tomorrow. You know when you just get that kind of that feeling
Yeah.
where you're like, all right, I'm gonna be lighter tomorrow. I wake up and I'm a pound up and I'm like, sound.
Yep. Thanks for that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
thanks for
fine.
that.
I need
Come
to
on.
get a new battery for my scale. I went to weigh out my post-workout meal low, and it just doesn't let me weigh it out. So it was a bit of an eyeball.
Eyeball post workout.
Yeah, it's fine. It's only,
Under eating. What's your
yeah.
weight been doing this week? Is it dropped or is it
It dropped on Wednesday, and it's pretty much back to how it's been for God knows how long. My weight's, I don't think I've gone over 180 pounds yet, so I'll take it. But the thing
slow
is
and
that
steady?
I'm getting stronger each week, so I don't know. You obviously take your own with that, but going back to not needing to change anything, like if I'm getting stronger, feeling good, you don't necessarily need to add more food in just yet. So yeah, I'll take it. Like my leg session on Tuesday or Wednesday, I literally PB'd on everything. I was just
Yeah.
like, sweet.
I think when you get a certain amount of body fat on, you don't necessarily need to continue to push food up, and even if you have
Yeah.
weeks where you just maintain your
Yeah.
scale weight, but your performance is progressing, then it's like you don't
Yeah.
necessarily need to make unnecessary changes to put body fat on.
Yeah. Especially if
Um,
the food's in a decent spot as well. Like I'm eating pretty good. Like there's not any particular day I'm like, oh, I could eat some more. Like what am I like? Almost 500 carb. So
yeah,
for me, that's a fair amount of food. So I don't think there's any reason that I should be struggling in the gym unless I need a deload. So
yeah, yeah,
I'll
for
take
sure.
it.
It's just all about that slow and steady. Like when you're in this process right now, it's like, how can we grow for as long as possible, right? Like before
Yeah.
having to diet again. And realistically, like for you, we probably don't want to be dieting until you're pre-prep.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let's say, for example, we've got another 15 pounds of wiggle room. Let's make that.
You think there's £15? I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see. But like, let's say if there
10
is,
maybe.
yeah, all right, let's say 10. Let's say if we can make that last 20, 25 weeks, that
Yeah.
puts you in the position then that when you start your pre-prep, the timeline molds quite well.
Yeah.
So it's just like a case of, right, let's keep you in the gaining phase for as long as possible, improve on what we need to improve on, and we can go from there for the pre-prep. Because yeah, keep you out of a diet. We don't want to waste time. We want to grow, and we're
Yeah.
going to do that within a surplus and within a gaining phase. So
Absolutely. I think it will definitely be my longest, most structured off season. So I'm quite excited to see if I can put on half a pound of muscle by the time I compete next time.
yeah, to be fair though, that is exciting because you have kind of typically in the past like yo-yoed a bit between
Yeah,
dieting and gaining, right? So
exactly. So
it'll be exciting to see where like when you've been gaining for a solid maybe close to a year,
yeah,
like how much improvements you can be made,
yep.
um, which I've got a feeling will be quite a lot.
I hope so. I hope
Well,
so.
with the improvements that you made from 24 to 25,
It was ridiculous. Like
and it was just
considering I dieted multiple times.
like just yeah, just made
Yeah, I think
substantial
in
progress.
total I had about 3 months worth of pushing up
Yeah, probably,
because it was
probably.
prep ending, post prep, and then we went into another diet, and then
Post
it
prep
was
managed really well.
and then it was off season and then
Yeah.
we started prep again in January. So
You've also got to factor in like the recovery time from your prep as well. Like you probably
yeah,
wasn't growing for the first initial few weeks because
no,
you're just trying to get back into a healthier position
yeah,
again where you can actually grow muscle, right? So
definitely.
like right now it's kind of I'm training, my training's going really well, but I'm also in the back of my head like I'm probably not growing right now. And if I am, I'm just growing muscle back than what I lost
Yeah,
during the
you just
prep.
lost
So
a few pounds a month.
yeah. One thing I have noticed though is through more frequency, um, my weaker muscle groups are looking a lot like fuller and a lot more inflamed. Like my
Yeah,
delts, arms, and chest, I've definitely noticed like mainly kind of in clothes and stuff. Like just looking at myself and going, oh, my arms look a little like they've got a little bit more shape to them now and
yeah,
just a little bit fuller. So that is kind of interesting with obviously the change up in my volume and
yeah.
frequency.
That's
So
good. That is good. That's what you want.
that is what I want. If I could grow a pair of arms and some chest, that'd be great. Right,
Shall
should we
we?
move on to some questions?
Let's. Did I get many? Of course, I didn't.
Um,
We have got one from Carla. Kind of a. We might have covered it before. Do you have any specific preset rituals?
scream the gym down.
Solid. Yeah, Max is psychotic in the gym.
But I think only for like big sets where I'll have this like huge kind of preset
Yeah,
ritual, and it won't even be huge. It will just be like I'll have one song that's like my kind of preset song, and then I'll have the set song,
yeah,
right? So I'll have one that like amps me up a bit, and then I'll have like a bit of a calmer song to actually do the set to.
yeah.
Um, yeah, apart from that, I don't really
Yeah. Like,
smack machines or anything like that.
yeah, probably the only two lifts that come to mind will be my deadlift and my pendulum set, where I'm like getting myself properly in the zone. Everything else you can kind of get, for me personally, I can kind of get away with putting on a song I like and just getting into it. But deadlift specifically, I have to take a decent chunk of time before I step up to the bar because it's one of those things like if you don't send it, the bar is not moving. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
nothing specific. It's kind of just amp yourself up. I find if I amp myself up too much, it actually takes away from the set. You
Yeah.
see some people going absolute berserk. I'm like, if I done that, my heart rate would be like 130 before I even started.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fine line there, but
I
nothing
think so.
specific.
I think a lot of people kind of overdo it as well, and
Yeah,
it's maybe like I mean each to their own. If it's the way you get
yeah,
great sets, but I usually find when people go into the aggression side of it, they actually take away from their set 'cause they end up losing control, and their accuracy just goes in the bin.
yeah. I
When
mean,
actually,
from what I see, like when they're doing that, the first maybe 20% of that set, they can carry through with that aggression. You can't maintain that level of
yeah,
amped upness towards rep 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like it's just
yeah,
not happening. Or if you are, you're probably gonna lose out somewhere else.
yeah. I think as well, like for a big set, I'll maybe just take my time. Or for example, on a hack, I'll just sit there and I'll
Yeah.
just like give
Wait.
myself
Yeah.
maybe 10, 20 seconds to really get my head into it. And then it's like, right, get in the machine and go. It's not anything
Yeah.
more than that. It's just like get your head in where it needs to be and execute what you want from the set.
Yeah.
Visualize the set. That's probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Visualize.
I mean, something that I do for every single lift is I will look back on the previous week and I write down what I got on top of where I'm about to write what I get. So it's almost like, okay, that's what I got. I know what I'm a minimum aiming for. So just almost tell yourself like you're going to hit at least previous week's numbers, and then depending on what phase you're in, you should be able to obviously progress that. So yeah, I put a little in a bracket above what I'm about to write down the number that I got before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Like having that number in your head.
Yeah.
Um, got a question from Roshin. Would either of you ever consider opening up a gym?
Yes, if I had a bit more money
Yeah,
because
I
it's
feel like people
expensive.
don't realize how expensive opening up a gym was. And
Yep.
I couldn't just open up a gym and fill it with like cheap, crappy
Yeah.
equipment. Like
Exactly.
I'd want the best equipment, so it'd probably be quite an investment.
Yeah. I mean, just like overheads alone, like you're looking at like rent and just the standard bills, like it's going to be silly money. That's before you've even got anything in there.
Yeah,
Then you got matting, equipment like dumbbells, racks,
yeah, yeah.
good machines. Like I don't know how much, for example, a Cybex hack squat costs. I can't imagine it's less than
Cheap.
£1,000.
Oh no, it'd be probably
Yeah,
closer to 2, 3 grand.
exactly. And you're
I've
doing,
never ever looked into it. Like gyms are very, very expensive to open.
yeah,
And I think unless you can find like good deals and equipment, which probably is out there, like if you kind of search Facebook Marketplace and things
yeah,
like that, like you could probably find decent bits of equipment that which is on the cheaper side. But if you're buying from like Prime, I've heard the waiting list for Prime is like 12 months to wait for like some
yeah,
equipment, and you're
ridiculous.
paying like 4, 5, 6 grand each piece,
Yeah,
right? So yeah, if you're putting 20 pieces of Prime in your gym, there you
mental.
go.
I've just searched Cybex hack squat for sale. Granted, this is just the first ones that come up on just Google, but you've got a replica Cybex is 2 grand.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's not cheap, but would I consider it if I had the money? 100%. Like
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel like it'd be just a really cool thing to so just have the keys to your own gym. Would you open it to the public?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
feel like it'd need a vibe. It'd
yeah.
need an
Like
atmosphere.
people have said that to me before. Like, would you ever have your own space, like set up your own equipment? And they wouldn't because for me, going to the gym is a thing. Like it's I don't want to just go to my garage because
Yeah,
it's not the same atmosphere. Like I'd want other people in there, music, random encounters. Like if I'm just by myself in my gym studio, I don't think I'd be able to train
no.
for a long period of time and enjoy it.
I think if I did own a gym, unless I was balls deep in prep, I probably would close it off between the hours that I train. Right, so
Massive prep time. Get out.
yeah, like I feel you know what it gets like though when you're in that like
Yeah.
dog end of it.
How's prep?
Yeah, how's prep or and I feel like as well if you own the gym, you're going to have even more conversations,
Yeah.
and that's when I'd probably be like, I just want to
Just train at
train,
somewhere else at gym
focus on
instead.
training, and then I'll talk to people after I've trained.
Yeah.
So maybe for like the last 5, 6 weeks of prep, I'd maybe on the days that I'm training just close it off in that time.
Yeah. Just you rock up to the gym like I don't feel like talking to anyone today, and just close it for everyone else.
Well, no, it'd have to be like set hours, right? So like I don't know,
Rock up to the
between.
gym, it's like, oh, Max is in there. We can't train today, guys.
Well, to be fair, when I'm in prep and I wake up at fucking 4 a.m. every morning, I'll be in there
No
by
one else
5.
is. Yeah.
So
No one else is in there.
yeah, no one else is going to be in there. To be fair, Carla's asked the question is like, if you were to open up a gym tomorrow, how would you call it? So what would you call it?
On the
Den
spot,
Dogs Powerhouse.
the den.
The Den.
There we go.
There you go. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think mine would. I don't know. MDB Gym.
Yeah. Keep it short, sweet,
Keep it
simple.
short and simple. Carla's asked as well, what's the school situation like for you both? Still in kindergarten.
School
Did,
situation?
no, I think she's just asking like a bit of background. So, did you go to uni, drop out
Oh, okay.
to pursue coaching, etc.?
Yeah, so I was a drug addict. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I just secondary school, college. I actually did public services. Did want to join the army when I left college. I was like, I'm going to join the army. Never ended up doing that. Just got a job, worked, and then eventually got into the space. I actually did pretty well in school. I was a bit of a nerd. Didn't really do much else apart from study and play video games. That's all I did when I was like 15 or however old you are in like year 11. So yeah, I did pretty good in school. That's kind of my claim to fame. I got good GCSEs, not that they mean anything these days. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my very boring school situation.
I did okay in school, not too
Yeah.
bad. Like it got to a point where I was getting in fights a lot at school, and I took up boxing.
Oh dear.
I might have told you this story
I
before.
remember you boxing. I don't remember you being a school thug
I wasn't a thug. I just got in fights. Like I was just very, I don't know.
going around beating people.
No, actually, people like I'm not gonna say I used to get picked on, not at all. It's just the school I went to. A lot of things were just settled in fights, right?
Yeah.
And mainly over football. The amount of fights I got into over football is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, I look back now and I was like, I literally like got in fights because someone kicked me in the shin. Like, it's
Yeah.
just part of the game, bro.
I'll meet you
Um,
out by the gates after school.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, got in quite a few fights at school, and then I went to boxing because I was like, right, I want to get better at fighting.
Yeah.
That was literally my main goal. I want to get better at fighting. And I remember I had my last fight I ever had in school. I came into boxing. And I think I had like a bit of a black eye, but yeah. Let's just say like I didn't come off worse off, right? And then I came into boxing, and the guy who like ran the boxing thing, like everyone was coming over to me and like, what happened to your eye? And I think I said like being 14, 15, I was like, I see the other guy, like,
Okay.
and I remember he said to me, he was like, if you ever come in with something like that again, you are not welcome in it.
Yeah.
And from then
A
on,
lot of places are like that. They're like they don't want that kind of tone with when it comes to
yeah.
fighting. It's more out of self-defense, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and they were like, if you ever come in with that again, then you're not welcome in. And from then on, never had a fight ever again.
There you go. It's because you could
Uh,
dodge it
yeah,
afterwards.
no, I'm just dodging the fist. To be fair, like I'm not a very, I don't know what I was just going through my younger days probably, but now I'm like the most probably laid back guy you'll ever meet. And when I have been in situations where things have got a little bit irate, then I'm like usually the person who just kind of cools it down more so than
Yeah.
anything else. But yeah, kind of went off on a tangent there. School situation, did secondary school, did college, then got into my job that I'm in now in medical engineering, and then in 2022 my job put me through uni, which obviously I finished back in September. So yeah, I didn't drop out, just got into coaching and still working a full-time job. Which do you know what? When I posted the my morning routine video a couple weeks ago, I
Yeah.
had like 3 or 4 people message me like, "I didn't realize you had a full-time job." I
Really?
was like,
Sure.
"Yeah, I have a full-time job as well."
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't choose to train at 6, 7 p.m.
yeah, I think people are just kind of shocked because obviously, like, with how busy I am with coaching, that, and I also feel like as well, a lot of coaches do have full-time jobs. They just don't post about it.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, I'm like, well, that's
Yeah, but
just part of my
it's
life.
part of your routine. Like it
Yeah,
makes sense to share that because otherwise you're almost telling people to do something that isn't what you're doing.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's
get
relatable as
organized.
well because
Yeah,
99% of people have a full-time job or they work set
exactly.
hours per week.
Yeah. So you
Um,
understand their problems and issues when they're like, oh, I couldn't eat my meal today at work. It's like, well, we're all entitled to a lunch break.
yeah,
We all
yeah.
get our
It's
steps in at some point.
yeah, yeah. Don't get me started with the whole "I don't have time," bro. That
Oh, yeah.
you do have time, just manage it better.
Yeah, like I don't know. On the occasion where maybe steps are like super, super high, you might be like pushing, condensing things in a little bit. Like, be like, oh, I've got, again, I guess it is just making time, isn't it?
Yeah,
But you will be strapped for time. But when it's just like you got 10 or 12,000 steps to do, it's not actually that long. If you just get up out of bed and go for a walk,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, and
literally,
to be honest, like let's say if someone's said to me like, "Hey, like I'm struggling, I'm literally like waking up, going for a walk, then I'm at a desk all day, and then I train, and then I get home, and I'm literally going for a walk, and then going to bed." I'd be like, "Okay, like how can we maybe do half an hour cardio in the morning, and then pull your steps
yeah,
down? Like you tailor
yeah.
it towards people's lifestyles,
Yeah.
right?" But
It depends on the person, but there's been times when I've had that where they're like, "Oh, I literally don't have time." So I'm like, "Right, tell me what time you wake up. What do you do when you?" And I go through every single hour of their day, and then I look at it. I'm like, on paper, there's no time, and then you get to it, and it's like, "Oh, I'm sitting down for 2 hours in the evening because I'm watching Netflix or whatever it is." It's like, well,
yeah,
there's your time, so go
yeah,
and do it.
that's why I have the routine tracker on my sheets because it's like
Yeah,
it keeps you accountable to that routine on a daily basis.
yeah,
Um, Carlos asked, would you say that the UK is at the top when it comes to the amount of high caliber athletes it has? Ooh. I think in the natural scene, yes. I feel like our natural scene is pretty
yeah.
ridiculous.
That
Um,
might only be because we're in it. That makes
maybe.
like confirmation bias almost.
I follow a lot of kind of like just natural bodybuilding pages though, and a lot of it is just covering UK stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe because they're based in the UK, I'm not too sure, but
yeah,
I feel like the UK amateur natural scene is pretty wild.
yeah,
Like some of the physiques you see on stage, you're like, what the hell is that?
yeah.
Um, in terms of pros, I probably wouldn't say we have the highest caliber pros because there's probably more from America.
Germany are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, what we have like Samson and stuff, James. I think I'm going to forget loads of others now, but yeah, we do have obviously great pros. It's just I don't think that we're on the same kind of caliber as
No,
America. But then America's a bigger population, right? So it's
yeah.
going to
So
be
there's more there.
yeah.
So yeah,
But yeah, I'd say in terms, I think the UK definitely is one of the top when it comes to the high caliber
yeah,
athletes for sure.
which is pretty cool considering how small we are as a
Yeah,
country.
man. Like people don't realize even the Olympics where we kind of the medals we get, like we're very
Yeah,
very small in terms of
yeah,
population compared to these other countries.
we're doing quite well. I've got one from Rosh. Favorite Pokemon, legendary and non-legendary. Are you a
Pass,
Pokemon man? You're not a Pokemon man. I mean, I
pass.
used to be, so I probably can't comment too much. To depend where I put.
Charizard.
Yeah, decent one.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, it's decent.
What about Pikachu?
It's pretty basic. Everyone knows
Oh,
Pikachu.
okay.
Um, I don't know, probably Blastoise for me. I couldn't probably name any legendary ones because I only know one, and that was from a long time ago, which I think is Diagla.
Is there one like Miyu or something?
Mewtwo.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was. I don't know how to pronounce it. Diagla. That's the one from Pokemon Diamond. If anyone is a Pokemon fan, that's
One
mine.
thing I never got into.
I've played a lot of Pokemon, but I just don't know a lot of the.
Did you download Pokemon Go?
Yes,
Yeah, I feel like everyone downloaded Pokemon Go.
yeah, it just fizzled
Yeah, like it
after
just
like
went.
4 weeks. Yeah, it's like, oh,
Mate,
everyone's a Pokemon. Oh, no one.
I wish I got into Pokemon stocks before they
Yes.
released that
Oh,
game because
imagine. Wild.
literally everyone was playing that game. Like even people like for I was playing it and I just didn't like
No
Pokemon.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so Yes. Do you think you would be able to judge a bodybuilding show?
No.
I feel like I would for certain classes, but also I would need to be educated on a lot of the judging criteria for those federations.
Yeah.
And that's just me being honest. Like I do understand what I'm looking for in each class, but also I feel like yeah, you'd need to be educated on the whole process and making sure that it is you're kind of in not in line with other judges because you're always going to have your opinion, but you're kind of all singing off the same
Yeah.
hymn
I mean,
sheet.
there needs to be structure, which there obviously is
Yeah,
structure within judging. And if you don't know about it, you're just gonna be, well, that person looks good. Like
yeah.
there's no structure to it. And then obviously got the whole female side of it as well. So, which I wouldn't be able to tell you. Obviously, I
I'd
can tell
love to
you.
do it.
Yeah, I could tell you what a good physique is, but lining three very good physiques next to each other, me picking the best one from a female specifically, I'd probably struggle with.
Yeah,
So,
I'd love to do it. That would be awesome to see
yeah,
or to do. Favorite grocery store?
Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's is top tier. I'd say M&S or Waitrose are definitely like
Yeah.
just the top tiers of them all, aren't they? Really?
I don't really like Waitrose that much.
Yeah.
Not,
M&S is good. Like you cannot go wrong with M&S.
I mean, I've got an Aldi down the road from me now, which is handy. Literally, it's
Yeah,
like 10-minute walk, which is great.
nice.
So,
Yeah, I'm a Tesco man myself.
yeah, most of my shopping is done in Tesco's just because it's convenient,
Convenient.
or Aldi at the moment.
We actually get the delivery, and
Amazing. I actually enjoy shopping, like going food shopping.
okay, that's weird, and
It's
two,
like one of the I'd say the highlight of my week. I'm going like 3 times a week, but it's like,
mate, do you know? So we just do like a big shop,
yeah,
which maybe it's actually every like 4 days. We just book it on Tesco's delivery. It costs you £6.99 for the whole month, and they just deliver it to your doorstep.
I
And you
mean,
can do it all online. Pick the day, pick the time, and they'll come within an hour slot. You
okay,
grab it and put it in your fridge. I I hate shopping. I hate it. Right when I'm going around with a trolley and people stop in front of me, it infuriates me. Get out
Mac
my way.
Mac starts fighting people and
Oh,
brings
mate,
out his boxing
that is
skills.
one. Honestly, that is one thing I hate about shopping is like people don't think. Like
No,
move your fucking basket out in the middle of the
yeah,
aisle
or they're just
or
having
your
a
trolley.
chat in the middle with two trolleys. Like,
Yeah,
move.
move.
Yeah,
Literally, I like it drives me
I
insane.
think
Can't
that's
even
just
think about it.
general public. Like, if I'm in town, like I don't go town often, but I'm just like, why are you walking so slowly? Move out of the way.
Oh, mate,
Happening.
that's the one thing that drives me mad about London is people just walk around on their phones like this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I, I've just moved out of the way for this one person. Now I'm moving out of the way for you.
Do you feel like that? I don't know what they call it. I think it's like spotlight syndrome. Do you feel like you're the only one that moves out of the way of people?
Yeah, all
Like
the
no one
time.
else does it?
Do you know what I was? All right. So when I went up to London for Pele's shoot, and I was like 2 weeks out of my first show of the season. I think I moved for about 5 people, and then I said to Kate, I was like, "That's it." I literally said out loud, I was like, "That's it. I'm not moving." So I literally just walked down, and I did not move. And do you know what's crazy is the amount of people I bumped into, and I just thought to myself, I was like, "This
If I
must be how normal people do it. Just
apparently
not
so.
move."
Max is just shoulder barging
Oh,
grannies.
no, I wasn't. I was. If someone was walking into me, I would still try and like shuffle out of the way. But I was like, I'm not going to actively move out of the way. I wanted to. It was more so I wanted to see how many people moved for me,
Yeah.
and the answer was like zero.
It's like a 92-year-old Dorothy walking towards you. Max is like, no, I'm not moving.
Front lat spread. Come on.
Whoosh.
Boosh.
Um,
Oh,
just
jokes.
there we go.
Uh,
If anyone sees Max walking down the high street, move out of his way because he's
no,
gonna shoulder barge you.
I'm a lot calmer now, bro. But I was like 2 weeks out, dragging my bollocks around London, and I was like, right, I just can't be asked to move because you know what it's like in prep as well. Like
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when you have to stop walking, it's like, oh, and now I've got to
Yep.
amp myself up to start walking again, or even like going up a curb or something. It's like, oh, I've got to
It's
lift
like
my leg up
lifting
higher
your
than
leg up off
usual.
the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just got to a point where I was like, right, I'm going to stop zigzagging across this path. I'm just going to walk straight and see how many people
God.
decide to move. And the answer was literally zero.
Zero.
Lisa B Fit has asked, any tips for someone looking to compete without a coach?
Get a coach.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think unless you are a very, very experienced competitor, I would just say get a coach. Get a coach. So, for
Especially for
example,
your first prep. Like,
yeah,
do your
for your
first
first
prep.
prep.
Like, you might be good at dieting. Maybe you've got in good nick before, things like that. But just to take the guesswork away, especially towards that end point of prep, by and large, being in prep is the same thing. It's just a diet at the end of the day, but it's specifically towards the end when decision making is going to be impacted. You're going to be very emotional to certain things. Sleep's going to take a hit. You're not, in my opinion, for most people, I'd probably say like 90% of people within bodybuilding specifically, not just general population, you're not in a position to be making those decisions for yourself. You need to take the emotion out of it. And that's when having a coach or just having maybe, I don't know, someone in your corner that's not necessarily a coach, but someone who's got an eye for it that can help you make those decisions as well. Like, don't do it alone. I don't think it's wise per se. But
I
yeah,
suppose you got to ask the question, what's the goal?
yeah.
If
I
your
mean, if
goal is if your goal is to compete and be competitive,
yeah,
I would say, yeah, get a coach. If your goal is just to experience
experience.
it,
Yeah,
then yeah, you could turn up on stage, but then you've also got to consider that you're probably going to make quite a few errors along the process,
yeah,
and maybe not look the best of what you could look with a coach, right?
yeah.
So yeah, I would say I think that is spot on.
Yeah,
Like
I think part
for your
of the
first,
experience of being in prep is experiencing trying to be your best. So why wouldn't you want to
yeah,
get a coach like
display
that?
your
That
best. Yeah,
yeah, like
look at it as an investment as well. Like you're investing to display your best. And then when it comes to your coach, go go for someone you can relate to, who's got results in the field. So if you're a natural bodybuilder and you want to compete in a natural show, get a natural coach.
yeah,
I think we're seeing some things being highlighted recently with that. But if your goal is, I don't know, whatever it is, going down the IFBB route, like
go
have
someone that's got that or done it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, literally. So yeah, I would say get a coach. I can't. I just the amount you will learn as well just through going through that process with a coach will make you a better athlete. I think as
yeah,
well. Even if you go through it on your own, I still feel like you will learn more by having a coach, and you
yeah,
will adopt that or those things you learn into future kind of adventures as well. So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
bro, that is my questions.
We got all
Unless
that.
any more have come through.
Nada.
Nada. The Rosh
No,
Dogs only asked one question this week. That is
God,
poor from the Rosh Dog.
slacking, slacking.
Slacking, bro. Too busy thinking about his 10K food challenge. Um, right, we will wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for listening to episode 44. Make sure you share it on your stories. Make sure you drop some likes and comments as well. Subscribe if you're new. And like we said, we will have a guest on next week, which will be very, very exciting. So we will catch you guys in a bit. Cheers.